Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. My name is Seth. In our last episode we successfully got a probe into a orbit around Minmus, albeit with some difficulties, both electric charge wise and communications wise. Didn't realise that one, including Kerbin, would cause the network to drop out and made it somewhat problematic to get the data back in a timely fashion from low Mun orbit, but we got there and we were able to put in, we put the craft into an orbit that encompassed high Mun and low Mun space, not a circular orbit, but it is dropping out of communications every time it goes around to the other side of the moon. So because of that, we are going to launch some satellites, but the first one, just as a technology demonstration, we're going to launch around Kerbin, and if that works, then we hopefully will be able to launch the same devices into an orbit around Mun. So what we have here is a current work in progress, craft Galaxia. It's got 4 satellites on it, 1, 2, 3, 4, and and part of the lift stage is not quite finished, but it was just sort of a work in progress. I do need some more solar panels to keep this part of it happy. I mean, they can just go anywhere really at this point. They're only going to be used during the ascent. Once it's dropped the payload off, once it's released the satellites, it'll essentially probably deorbit, or well, it might stay up there. It could probably stay up there as so I only need 3 then. I can probably stay up there as the 4th one. We'll think about it. Yeah, I'm just thinking about that. They should have, it's a little ant engine on an Oscar fuel tank. Just thinking about that, it's possible that we can just I don't know. Let's figure this out. So, because we don't really need, we only need 3, and the 4th, yeah, okay. Let's just launch the 4. We need essentially that is what we're going to do. It's ugly, but just need an antenna there. It's not really the primary. It's just there because we need something during the launch, during the transfer basically. Doing this on an angle is awesome. Love it. It's not clipping in, it's not exactly straight, doesn't matter. Okay, so that should be fine. So we've got some solar panels, probably need a battery, got some batteries in there. Yeah, we should be okay with that. So that's, the staging is a little bit complicated for this. So we've essentially got 1,400 delta V. I think that's all in this tank. I don't think anything higher than that is calculated because they jettison off. If I change the route part, I suspect they will update. So let's screw this over if I change that to be the root part. Do that, reroute that one. That one. Yeah. So there's around about 1,350 delta V in each of those. So yeah, 1,300 delta V. That's heaps. Like essentially, if I can get this to the mud, I can then just use those satellite probes to orbit, and I can just orbit with those. It's 400, and even getting into position should be fine as long as I get a decent intercept with it. We should be okay. I did want to use the Hercules engine. I thought we'd step out and see what else we can do design wise. It is going to be interesting though. It is going to be a heavy payload that we're trying to lift, and that is the worst auto staging ever. Okay. Yes, we're not going to get off the ground with that one. Or are we? If we grab a couple of our friends here. And it's about them. What have they got? 6 tons. Solid fuel 175. Okay, this is a lot less in those. Low one, small expendable 1.25, burns 40 seconds. I mean, it's need 100 of them. It's not even know where that's gone in the staging. There is it. Okay, stick that down there. To be honest, 1,400. No, we have less, but then let's just launch those at the same time. 1,700. Yes, that gives us 200 delta V. Would use 8 of them. If in doubt, more. Yeah, it's not really economical to do that, so probably end up using the overpowered stock bumpers. Kerbal staging Y. That's only given us 4,400. Jeez. It is I mean, that is heavy. I know that's like 2 tons. I think that's the heaviest payload we've sent to date. Yeah, and that'll get us to orbit. That'll get us to orbit, which should be okay. Getting to orbit will be enough. Let's see what we can do about recovering some stages. Even though it doesn't matter for much. I need parachutes. Wow, that actually reduced the delta V a little bit too. Okay. Well, so now let's mark the staging up. And some launch clamps. Don't have any fins. They go. They can go there. No, 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 no. No. They go there. Oh, they go there. They go here. So, throttle up, launch, release, 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 launch, bearings. Yeah, that'll be manual anyway at that point there. So that doesn't really, like, yeah, I won't be doing that automatically. Okay, and then if possible, we'll turn the craft around and deorbit. What can possibly go wrong? Oh wow, that's 200 delta V straight in the fairing there. This is not going to end well. Twelve failures a year. Awesome. Feeling confident. Interestingly enough, I'm wondering how those failures are going to pan out if they're in the middle of nowhere. As in, am I going to be able to repair them? Well, I guess because they've got other antenna. As long as I'm within range, I should be able to fix them. So this is just purely a Kerbin launch. So yeah, try not to blow the launch pad up. So off we go. I should have throttled those because I'm at 0 throttle and yeah. Yeah, this is going to cause a problem. You can see the atmospheric efficiency going up. Actually, where was that MechJeb stats flight recorder Q? Yeah, that's probably a lot higher than we'd want it to be. And you can see there that we've now passed through max Q. Doesn't mean, crap. Look at the graph. Oh, we're gonna go again, aren't we? Okay, I think we've got it. Yeah, we may have lost. We may have lost some. We may have lost some. We may have wasted some delta V. Sorry, I'm looking at the graph. Just. Yeah, that's pretty bad. So enough of that. Let's just focus on getting this up to orbit. So what do we get? Galaxia debris. Okay, 1, 2. Yeah, okay, so we had some failure. Not everything landed safely. Apart from that, not too bad. I don't know how the chutes are going to go. I mean, I guess they'll work if it slows down enough. We'll launch that second stage. I think if we just get to 100, I'm probably going to end up putting these little guys out at around about. I forgot to clamshell fairing it, not to mind. Sure that nothing. No, we're good. Nothing broke. Might try getting this out to about 250. See what happens. If I could fly straight. Let's deploy this one so we don't lose comms. Set 250 and look at me. Like a boss, 284. Add maneuver. We're at 600 meters delta V. How much is that going to be to circularize? Easy. Yep, no, we're good. And then from there we can adjust. Not a problem. I'm gonna get these guys into roughly the right orbit, and I'm gonna get them accurate. Well, I'm gonna get them close to. I'm gonna hyper edit them into place once I've got them roughly there. I could sit there and spend hours tweaking and twiddling, trying to get 0.2 of a second of an orbital period correct for this to work, but I don't see the point. All that's going to do is make it boring for everyone involved, so we'll just get it to where it needs to be, and then hyper edit them in, and that'll be good. Okay, so there we go. So then I think what we can do is on the first one, oh yeah, we have redundant links. So that's the first one. So that should provide comms to Kerbin. So we can now make sure that all looks good. We can separate this. Turn this around. So I had plenty of fuel. I had 100 meters per second of delta V left in there. Right, you can just sod off. Right, hello. So now I need to get you Tump with a thrust to weight ratio of 0.19 into an orbit. Where am I going? time of periapsis, so I probably want to bring my apoapsis. No, leave my apoapsis at 300. It'll be fine. We'll cruise around. We'll make it 300. What's the orbital period on that? Let's get it into a circular orbit to start with. Interesting that orbital period isn't on there. Surface orbital. Orbital period 47 minutes. So we go to line prograde. I just want to bring this up to probably chewing through too much fuel. 292. 298. Yep, that'll do. What's my orbital period now? 47 minutes. That's a pain to work with. So if I was to make, so it's about 300. So if I was to make my orbital period, oh, that's a terrible number to work with. 47 divided by 4. Basically, what I need to do, if my orbital period was 1 hour, then I could get each craft to trim 15 minutes off the orbital period. So make the orbital period of each additional satellite 45 minutes, and in one orbit they'd be 45 degrees apart. Sorry, 90 degrees apart. So 47 divided by 4. Let's convert it. 47 times 34.47 60 plus 34 was 2,854 seconds. Divided by 4 is 700 seconds. Okay, so a quarter of that is 11.89. So then if I take 47 times 60, so my orbital period is 2,820 seconds. Now I want to reduce that in one orbit by a quarter, so we divide that by 4. That's 705. So if I take 2805 minus 705 is 2115, so 2,115 seconds. Geez, I'm not explaining this one, am I? So I want my orbital period to be 35 minutes, basically. And that will give me, in one orbit, that will give me, I'll be a quarter of an orbit behind. So let's deploy these two happy chappies and decouple that. I don't want that, don't want that, I want that one. Now if I turn retrograde, this is probably not a smart move. Let's get inclined about it. Okay, so if I then line up retrograde and make my orbital period 35 minutes. Bye bye satellites. This should I don't even know if I've got the fuel for this. I should. I can always use more than one because each one will be a quarter, so they'll eventually get out of sync. Yeah, we should be good. Should be fine, mate. Should be fine. I'll tell you what I might do is I will pause this and save it, and we might pick this up in the next episode because it's going on 26 minutes, and I know this burn isn't going to finish by half an hour, and there's a lot more to go to get these satellites into the orbit where they need to go. So I will leave this here and I'll pick it up again next time. Thanks for watching. Talk to you again soon. Bye for now.